Day 21, verses 7 to 8. Arjuna surrenders. Namaste and welcome to Gita 360. Previously, we saw Arjuna's turmoil reach its peak. He stood in the middle of the battlefield, torn between his duty as a warrior and his love for those he must fight. Today, in verses 7 and 8, Arjuna finally lowers his head in surrender to greater wisdom. My heart is overcome by the weakness of pity. I am confused about my duty and what is truly right. I ask you to tell me clearly what is best for me. I am your disciple now. Please guide me, for I have taken refuge in you. These words mark the first light of awakening. Until now, Arjuna spoke to Krishna as a friend, an equal. But now he bows as a student. He recognizes that his strength, his skill, his emotions, and his reasoning have all failed him. He stops defending his confusion and begins to accept his helplessness. This humility is the beginning of wisdom. In life, too, the moment we stop pretending to have all the answers, learning truly begins. When we say, I don't know, please guide me, we create space for truth to enter. It takes great strength to admit, I need help. Arjuna's surrender is his greatest act of courage. I can find no means to drive away this anguish which is drying up my senses. I will not be able to dispel it even if I win a prosperous and unrivaled kingdom on earth or gain supremacy like the gods. This is a moment of pure honesty and humility. He no longer hides behind logic, reasoning, or excuses. He admits that emotion is at the core of his confusion. He has surrendered his ego and is now ready to listen. The verse reveals the depth of his agony, an agony so deep that he knows even if he were to conquer the entire world, it would not reduce the pain. We often believe that success, power, or recognition will bring us peace. But this verse reminds us that no kingdom can fill the emptiness that resides inside a heart. Peace cannot be won, it must be discovered. These verses hold a timeless mirror for us. All of us face moments when we lose control over our lives and the world outside cannot quiet the chaos inside us. We search for peace or prosperity but cannot find it outside us. In those moments, like Arjuna, we stand at a threshold. At that time, we can either take refuge in ego or surrender in humility. The Gita teaches us to choose the latter. Surrender is not about giving up the fight. It is about giving up the illusion that we can control everything. It is about understanding that we don't know everything. When Arjuna bows his head and says, teach me, he represents every one of us who has ever stood lost in confusion. Thought of the day. As you go about your day-to-day, pause and reflect. What am I trying too hard to control? What truth might I see if I stopped trying to control everything? Can I, even just for a moment, surrender and trust the silence within me? True strength is not in always knowing what to do. It is in being humble enough to understand we may not know everything. It is in being able to listen to our inner voice or others. Thank you for joining me on Gita 360. May you have the courage to surrender what you cannot control, the humility to learn what life is trying to teach, and the faith that answers will come when you are truly ready to listen.